Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being here. Make sure you like and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and the rest with someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel. You really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? Today we're time to the zodiac sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement in your chart. Capricorn, what's going on with the Capricorns? What can we tell the Capricorns? Capricorns. All right, Capricorn, we're starting off with the energy of the Three of Wands, okay? And so there's something, Capricorn, that you've had foresight about. You trust and knew and know that it will have a profit or a positive outcome, or you're waiting for some kind of response. This could be something financial. This could be a letter of approval, maybe for employment. Okay, Spirit is saying that's different. A letter of approval for employment, okay, or some kind of training, or maybe you're applying to some kind of schooling or programming, okay? Or also, I'm picking up on someone who wants to buy a home, okay, and there's some kind of maybe agency or something where you work, not where you work, excuse me, where you live, Capricorn, and they assist first time home buyers, Capricorn, okay, and you've applied for it, okay, all right, Spirit, okay, you applied for it, and you trust and know because you have witnessed and you are aware of people who have had a positive outcome with applying for this program, Capricorn. So you are, yeah, you're like, I just know I'm going to get in. You know, so and so applied for it. They're buying their house. So and so applied for it. So everyone is getting approved. Maybe there's so many people are being accepted. Okay. And as long as you have your, as long as you had your paperwork or the documentation requirements by a certain deadline, you're automatically approved. Okay. This is very detailed. This is very detailed. Okay, so we have security, the King of Pentacles. So, Capricorn, you are in the energy of working on security when it comes to having a place of residence. Maybe you want a place of your own. You could be living with maybe family or friends, and you're just desiring to have your own. You appreciate your family or your friend or a loved one. You appreciate your family or loved one opening up their home to you, but you're ready to have your own. As you see all these vines, you know, this represents wealth and growth. Okay, a fruitful situation. So Capricorn, you are focused on developing your own fruits. You know, you want to harvest from your own garden. And so you're saying, what better way than for me to go ahead and buy my own home and, you know, change my living situation. Okay, beautiful. So you're working on security. You're working on your security. They're saying not just in your home, with your finances. You want to make sure that you are secure within yourself. Okay, so that's why you appreciate them opening their home to you. But it's time for you to build your own security, your own nest egg, your own home, a place of your own, something like that. A place to call home of your own. Okay. All right, Capricorn. Mm-hmm. So yes, you know, you're very at this time, you know, your vibration is very high. You know, with this Three of Wands energy, like I said, you're expecting a positive outcome. You're like, look, I'm going to get in and you got it all planned out. And when I get approved, I'm gonna buy my house and I'm gonna fix it up like this and I'm gonna do this and do that. A lot of good positive energy. So Spirit is saying keep that vibration that you have about you, you know, keep that vitality that you have about you. Um, yeah, you're very motivated, very encouraged. You're like a battery pack. Okay. You are fuel. Yes, I speak of garden here. Okay. Yeah, you are desiring to create your own security. Okay, for yourself. Okay. So maybe, yeah, it says independent wealth, what we're speaking of, Capricorn, independent wealth. And you're working on your security. Okay? You're working on your security and you trust that it's going to be a positive outcome. How beautiful. And so maybe even I'm picking up for some of you, whoever you're living with, they're going to hate to see you go. And when I say hate, I don't mean in a negative way. They're going to really miss your presence and they could be telling you, you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. They want you to be happy. This is someone who really cares about you. This could be family. This could be a godparent, a mother, a father, a sibling, a sister, or something. Maybe you were very helpful around the home. You're someone you're easy to get along with. Okay, not to say that you're a pushover, but when it comes to being a roommate, you are someone who does their part. You're likely to do your part. Okay, clean up after yourself. If there's anything financial, you're paying that on time. You pretty much mind your business. Go to work, come home, mind your business. If help is needed, you're the kind of roommate, you're there. Like, let's do it. So yeah, they could be also letting you know how much, just as much as you appreciate them allowing you to live there, they're letting you know how much they're going to miss you and that you don't have to rush to take your time. So that's sweet. That's really beautiful, Capricorn, to have that in your life. That's a gift within itself, and that's very beautiful to have in your life. Very beautiful. Okay, to hate to see you go, that is rare. So honor that. Be grateful for that. Okay, I guess when you get your place, invite them over for dinner. Okay. Yeah, so we have budgeting here with the Four of Pentacles. So you're making sure you're going to, when it comes to, when a Capricorn has their mind made up of something that they want, they're very aggressive towards working hard to get it. The Capricorns that I've known in my life, very about their business. They know how to get to the bag or possibly make the bag float to them. When it comes to finances, they keep the money on. It's not a problem for them. So when it comes to budgeting, I see you being very successful with that. Even though if this is possibly your first place, maybe you've never had your own place living on your own and it's okay. Or you haven't been on your own in a while. So this is different. This is still, if you haven't done this in a long time, it's different. There's a new energy of responsibility, but you're glad to do it and you're going to do wonderful. You're going to do wonderful. You're going to be budgeting and making sure things are paid and being resilient and just being happy and content in this new home. So, Capricorn, very beautiful. Yeah, strength. You're very strong. You could have Leo placement somewhere in your chart. Very strong, very courageous. But the Capricorns, I know they always know how to get to the money. Like really seriously, seriously. They know how to get to it. It's not a problem. They keep it on them and it's not a problem. If something arrives, they know how to make it happen. Okay? Yeah, so you're putting it in. Yeah, you're ready for a new cycle. Yeah, this is representing you ending, just being a roommate or living with your family. You're like, no, I'm going to be in my own. I'll be turning the key and I'll be the only one turning the key. So very beautiful. Okay. I'm also picking up that maybe this has affected your love life, Capricorn, dating as well. So this is going to allow you to have more freedom, like I said, you appreciate your family helping you. It's helping you save your money, but it's time to move on. But this could have intercepted your love life, not having your own space or place, male or female, when your partner may have wanted to, I don't know, spend a night or have some hanky panky, whatever it is. Yeah, it could have affected your romantic life in some way. That's for somebody, not for everybody. Okay, so yeah, very beautiful. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're going to feel like you have more options in life. You're going to feel more free. This Seven of Cups here is representing you having more freedom. You're going to feel more free. Basically, as I spoke of last time in the read, which is true, when someone lives with you, we're adults here, but the rules change, when someone is living in your home. Certain things that you may do, you can't do. Okay, you may want to walk around a certain way, but if you have people in your home, you can't walk away. You know, ladies have to put their holster on. Okay, you may want to walk around with the holster off. You can't walk around and be Miss Dangles. You gotta let the you gotta put the holster on. Okay, that's just an example. You know, just out of respect. You know, you don't want to dangle in front of everybody. You know, sometimes I don't know. Everyone is different. It may be considered disrespectful to be Miss Dangles in your own house if you've taken in a roomer or roommate or family member. And there's nothing wrong with helping people, but when you do agree to take anyone in your home, there are certain adjustments that are required, you know? Like you might want privacy with your spouse. You can't do that. You have to go in your room and turn the music up or blast the TV or put your face in the pillow, okay? Things change when you take people in. Okay, there are adjustments made, you know. You may be used to cooking for two, but you're not going to eat in their face. You're going to start cooking for how many's in the household. Things change. But all of this, you know, these restraints are being released and surrendered from you and whomever you were living with, but in a positive way. There is no hatred here, there is no malice here. These people or person you were living with is going to miss you, miss your presence. They could be older than you, more seasoned than you. Okay, you were very helpful. Whomever you are, you were very helpful to them in their household. You were very helpful. You know, maybe you were even that roomer who would pitch in on the yard work, you know, without them saying anything, you know, Saturday morning, zzz, the lawnmower is going, you know, and then got to talk to you. Oh, yeah, they're going to miss you. A building landscaper, okay, going to miss you. Yeah, so the opportunity is here for you to live your best life with the Four of Cups. It is finally here. Okay, so enjoy this new home, Capricorn. You are so deserving of it. I see you gathering with friends more. You know, when you're living with people, you know, you can't do what you want at other people's crib. There are rules, and it's about showing respect. Yes, yes, yes. And so you'll be able to gather with those friends and associates, and you'll be able to do a lot of things that you've always wanted to do. And it's going to give you a feeling of freedom. So this concludes the read for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Later.